Well, here's another glitterati. Robin's here with all the sport.
Get into it, Darren. Thank you so much. We'll start with the breaking news that Kenny Dalglish has left his position as manager of Liverpool Football Club. It follows a poor season in the English Premier League, in which the team finished 8th. They won the League Cup but lost the FA Cup final to Chelsea. News of his departure came in the past hour after talks with the club's American owners in Boston. An official announcement is expected in the next few minutes. Dalglish took over at Anfield last year from Roy Hodgson, now the manager of England. It was Dalglish's second spell in charge. He led Liverpool to their last league title in 1990. Well, our sports correspondent Lee Wellings is live for us in London and following this story quite closely. Lee, he basically said there will be no talk of any dismissal from Liverpool. It all seems a bit sudden, doesn't it?
Well, yes, but there are those who will be surprised by this departure, but they shouldn't be, really. If you look in a cold way, the way that the American owners of Liverpool would needed to have looked in terms of the business of Liverpool as well as just the results on the pitch, they shouldn't be surprised because the performances of Liverpool this season are just not up to what was expected in America from the owners and indeed from the fans throughout the season. It has been a pretty disastrous few months, and therefore when Liverpool played in the FA Cup final, they lost to Chelsea. It was a poor display. You felt that that was the case of the owners getting that out of the way, and then they summoned Dalglish to Boston. That was on Monday, and it was a position that was very difficult for Dalglish because it was clear that when there's a review of the season, that review was not going to go very well at all. Matters on the pitch, where Liverpool finished 8th, which was way outside the Champions League places. Yes, they won the League Cup, but that's just not considered as important a trophy as it might be. And this left Dalglish in a very vulnerable position, particularly when you look at the off-the-field problems as well. The handling of the Luis Suarez racism affair. He was banned for racism directed at Patrice Evra of Manchester United, and the way that Liverpool rallied behind Suarez and protected him just didn't reflect well on the club or Dalglish. It was an embarrassment for the owners. And when the signings haven't worked, the big money signings that Liverpool have brought in, including Andy Carroll, they haven't been seen to work in the way that they should do. And that has meant that Dalglish's position was very vulnerable indeed, but very sensitive, because there's a special bond between Dalglish and the Liverpool supporters going back to his wonderful years as a player, arguably the club's greatest ever player. He's that good. And then, of course, after the Hillsborough tragedy in 1989, when 96 fans lost their lives, his compassion and the effort he put in to seeing families through that means that Liverpool fans will be very, very sad to see him go, even those that think perhaps it was inevitable.
Lee, I'm almost tempted to call it a drama-filled day in England, because that's not the only bit of big news coming out of the UK, is it?